Thanks for recording, Craig.
Yes. All
Thanks.
right. Welcome, 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 everybody. We are glad to have you on board with us. It is now the time in which you are watching us at this moment on, well, at least here, June 27th, Thursday. Welcome to the Inner Circle. We are so glad to have you on board with us. We are really excited to get together and, of course, carry on our chat that we usually do on Thursdays. Couple of things before we get started. First of all, thank you again. Our count is increasing. I can honestly say we are now 15 subscribers shy of 7,300. So it is all
Boom.
because of each and every one of you. We've got now 7,285 subscribers. So let's see if we can get the 7,300 by the end of the weekend. I think we can. Also,
Absolutely.
a big welcome to two people who are new to the Inner Circle. I know I made the announcement during Imaginators, but because they are Inner Circle members, they get both announcements. So welcome to Jaren Jones and Donnell B. Johnson. We're glad to have you on board here with us here on the Inner Circle. Lots of great things to do to here and lots of great people to get to know and help everybody move up to the very next level. Okay, so part of the inner circle is, of course, that you get the chance to ask questions and chat with Robert Hollis, our mentor, our GPS to success. For those of you here in Zoom, you can ask questions or participate in two ways. The first one, of course, is in the chat. So make sure your chat window is open. The second one is if you want to speak with Robert directly. Very simple to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see me here, and on the very bottom of the screen there, you'll see some buttons. Now you want to click on the React button or the Reactions button. Depends on the version that you have, because now there's been a Zoom update since the last time. So click on that React or Reactions button, and then click on Raise Hand, and then it will notify us that you would like to share with us. Or if you don't see that button at the bottom, click on the More button. It's the three dots with the circle around it, and then click on React, Reactions, and then click on Raise Hand, and we will call on you. Very simple to do. All right, let's get started with our Inner Circle in Chief, or Inner Circler in Chief, our lead visionary in chief, whatever you want to call him, ladies and gentlemen, our GPS to success, our very dear friend and mentor and guide. Let's give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis.
Woo!
Well, thank you
Welcome back,
again,
Dad.
Craig, the hostess with the mostest, and thanks, Matt, for being in the background. Hi, and Karen. We got Sandy, Dee Dee, Jody, John, Lisa Marie. Hi, Lisa Marie, Faith, Melody, and Jerome, and other people that jump on. We'll talk to them later. So, before we get started, it was so neat to spend time with Jody. Jody at the and Cabo. So, Jody, thank you very much for taking the time to find a way to get out there. We got to spend a lot of time together. So I just love that. Jody's like riding camels and doing all kinds of stuff. So it was really, really awesome. And I just thought that I would share with each and every one of you is that, the dream trips concept, there's 56 dream trips a year, 56. And so how about each and every one of you take the time to look at the dream trips and figure out where we can do an inner circle for unlimited wisdom, where all of us can pick a location where we'll just go. Does that make sense to everyone? And so, of course, we can figure out that. But boy, I really love the concept of seeing the world and having experiences again that take your breath away. It's just such a neat concept, like a lot of us always talk about. My wife and I were laughing because I was telling her, "Hey, do you remember how many trips we've been on?" And so you guys know I've been doing this for 37 years. Some companies, might have two or three or one trip a year. So, if you just said one trip a year, my wife and I have been on 37 trips that the company paid for, regardless of the company that I've been with. And so we're talking all over the world. So, if a company is going to put together a dream trip, and I don't know if the rumors got out, you guys will probably hear about it, but there's the trip is not going to be in Nashville for the convention. It's going to be in Dubai. That's a rumor. Not. I just so hi Diane, hi Arthur, hi Peter and Linda, Ed. It's neat to have you guys on here. Faith, Coach Bob. So it's really really interesting. And one of the things that I want to drill on all year, Linda's out flying a kite, man. It's like usually, it's I usually tell her that when she's bothering me. Why don't you go fly a kite? Now it's like uh, but one of the things I want each and every one of you to understand is one of the things I found very unique, even for my wife and I on this trip, is that the first day is always sort of a decompressed day, because you're traveling, sometimes you got delays in flights and all of this stuff. And it's really funny because when you first see some people that you haven't seen in a long time, you get to this point where you say immediately, you go, how are you? Oh, I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great. We're building a group. We're in this country. There's this competitive state that it talks about in the science of getting rich. We just immediately go into that competitive state, right? And then you sort of get relaxed that first night and our first day. And then all of a sudden the next day, it seems like you're just calm. You know what I mean? It is sort of neat to put yourself in a position where what are we going to do today? We don't have anything planned, nothing planned. So you can just walk around, see the beach, do whatever you want to do. And then it seems to be about the end of the second night or the beginning of the third is when all the competition is gone. And now that allows you to really take the time to sit down and get to know somebody. You know what I mean? You really get to say, well, hey, I never really realized, do you have kids? Do you know, where do you live? What do you like to do? And that's where the really heart to heart connection comes from, is when you really take the time, because you're around each other. And it's going to sound weird when I say this, but you're around the individual longer than normal. You know what I mean? So now to keep the conversation going, you might ask questions that, hey, can I ask you a question? Sure. Why are you doing this? Like I don't, why are you doing this? Is it just because you got nothing to do? You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of neat things that I'm constantly being plugged into. And one of the things is this event seemed like more than ever, I really got to have some real heart to heart talks with Jenna. I love these dream trips, because a lot of people will find reasons why they can't go. And they conjure up in their heads why they're not going to go into action or why they can't do whatever. So the people that show up, there wasn't a lot of people there. Wouldn't you agree, Jody? It was like there wasn't a lot of people there. So now, usually if you go to a convention, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people there. So now the people that you want to get to time to learn and do whatever, it's like, you just have more time. And so some of the things that I got to talk to Jenna and Josh about is, when you really, really think about it, to me, to this date, there's a lot of things that you can do in life. But for me, life is pretty simple. You find things that change your life for the better, and then you share those thoughts and concepts with other people that their lives are not as good as yours. It's like, so think about this. If there's something that I've introduced to you or somebody else introduced to you, and you never really dove into it, I mean, really dove into it to get mastery and get results from it, then you probably really don't have anything to share with anybody. Let that sink in. But you guys know the gifts that, my mentors gave me. And so when they said, hey, Robert, read this book, I read the book. Do the assignment, do the assignment. And I want to share a couple of things with you guys just to show you how, pushing yourself through something can be super rewarding for you. Like I was watching a video today I shared with Matt and stuff. There's a guy named Robert Greene that wrote the 48 Laws of Power. And he wrote another book called Mastery. All right. And so I like going on the internet and, putting in that book and then finding these automated, not automated,
Annotated?
doing with characters.
Animated.
Animated. Okay. So, hey, all the words look the same in my head. You know what I mean? And so you animate this thing in like 8 or 10 minutes, right? And I sent it to Matt and Craig. So I thought I shared it maybe in the Inner Circle or the Imaginator with you guys. But one of the things that I just loved about the concept is that what a lot of people tend to do, and you guys have probably seen me shift in a couple of months, is watch this as a challenge, right? Is there any of you that realize that I do make money? Do you guys also realize I make a lot of money with the next Thursday paycheck? Not today. The next Thursday paycheck, I'll be at 4.9 million. So, without a it's going to be neat to be in Dubai and watch Terry get the plaque for a mega millionaire. You know what I mean? A mega person. So it's nice when you have a company reach out to you and say, what names do you want on the plaque? How do you, it's like they know it's coming because I'm going to continue to do what I do. Right. And so, to get my wife at a mega million, 5 million in earnings, it's like, well, what did you do for your spouse? I'm just joking. But it's like, what did you do for your children? Right. So in my mentality, I still think about what, people, you already know that I make money, but now here's something that I've been toying with. All right. I show you guys exactly what I do. And let me just say this. I would say the majority of the people on the planet just refuse not to do it. I don't want to do it. Why wouldn't you? I have a guess. Here's my guess. It's not your way of doing it. See, so in this mastery, what I love about this Robert Greene is he just gets right in your face and he goes, listen, the second that you proclaim your uniqueness, the second that you realize that no one's got your DNA before you or after you, these other things we hear of a 400 trillion and one chance. The one thing that I know that you're here live watching this, here's the one thing that I want you guys to think about. What if you already possess within yourself the way for you to do this business? So, and I did that video, Matt gave me, a couple of compliments where it's like, when are you going to trust yourself? When are you going to create your way of doing this? Because I talked to a couple other people that were there that also learned from my mentor. And I asked them, hey, listen, when you sit down with somebody, is your first goal to get them to imagine and then ask them how they would feel if they achieved this amount, this amount, this amount, and they're so damn excited because you got them wrapped in their imagination, then you explain to them the very top person that you're looking for, and then you help them contact that person. And they went, where did you fucking hear that? My mentor. You mean my mentor? Yeah, Oliver mentor. So why did Bill do the same thing to a bunch of people and I figured out the way that I wanted to do the business that I believed that he said was the way to do it? I want you guys to listen to that for a second, because here's the opposite thing that happens, right? There's people in here that have talked to other people that are in here. And you guys are complaining to each other and saying, I'm doing exactly what Robert says to do and it's not working. Is it not working for you too? See, you would do that because you're frustrated with yourself, because you go out to do what God created me to do, and you can't do it because you don't want to do it because it doesn't feel like you. Huh? So what could be the parts that could you get to a point where you trust yourself and you go, see, now me, I'm just going to throw something out there. And maybe when I say what I say right now, every one of you go, that's not me. That's not me. All right. So when my mentor did the presentation, all I could hear is 30,000 people responsible for my income so I could make above average income to do the things I love with me and my family, and I would experience this thing called freedom. That's what I heard. What did you guys hear? I got to get good at selling some shit? The way to make money is to sell shit? See, I got, and see, I hope you guys are laughing at this because I mean to make you laugh at it. Because how many people go to a sermon? How many people watch a movie? How many people listen to a song and they get different perceptions from the movie, from the song? How can you get one person that walks out of a movie and says it's the worst thing ever, and then another person gets it a 5-star deal? Are people that uniquely different? Yes, they are. So how many of you guys have heard me say that one of the biggest students I've had, Tony and Mike Kupas that own ACN, done billions of dollars, right? And I remember watching one of my downline students that I moved in with and taught him this business. I watched him at an airport. We got off an airplane and I watched him peak interest. And this is what he did. He walked up to a guy and he says, hey, would you like to make a lot of money? And the guy goes, yeah. And Tony went, here's my business card. And when he went to grab it, Tony pulled it away from him. And he goes, do you know how many business cards I give out and people tell me they want to change their life but never call me? You're not going to be one of those, are you? And he goes, I will call you. He goes, great. And he gives him his card. Now, I've never done that in my entire life. So the way that I shared with him how I piqued the interest is he figured out the most comfortable way for him. You guys have heard my story, and I tell on myself. I walk up to the guy. My name is Ahmad Mahad. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. He goes, I walk up to people. You want to make money? Yes, no. I have a question. You answer my question first. You want to make money? Yes, no. Okay, yes. Great. I got to introduce you to Money Man. All right. How many people believe that's pretty direct approach? So then why is my approach? Hi, Deb. I was wondering if you could do me a huge personal favor. I'd really appreciate it. Do you know of anyone right now that needs to make money? That fits my DNA. Then once it fit my DNA, then there's this part of mastery, right? Because it was neat. I watched a video today, and this person really bluntly said, you do know that in this day and age, it's now 3-second attention span. And don't get mad, but people just don't give a shit about you and what you want and what you like and the facts and the benefits about the product that you love so much that changed your life. They don't care. So you better find a way to get their attention and make it about them as fast as you humanly possibly can. Does that make sense? So I'm going to challenge every one of you. You guys are my inner circle. The ones that watch the replay, I love and appreciate you. But it's time now for you to ask yourself. I do have one other thing to say. I'm not aware, with all the dreams that I have for me and my family and what I want to do in the future, I'm not aware of a faster way to earn income. I'm not aware of a more consistent, secure way to make money. And I don't know how to make this much money helping other people. I don't know of another way. So this business model fits me really, really, really good. And so this Robert Greene video that I watched is, I didn't know that he had another book. And it's called The Power of Seduction, The Art of Seduction. I didn't even know, I don't know anything about this guy. And I watched the animated, someone wrote a little, animated thing on the book. And I guess when it came out, it was really controversial because everyone looked at the book and said, man, this book just teaches you how to manipulate people.
Yeah, 48 Laws of Power is similar, another book by him.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, he starts out saying, listen, first thing, let's talk about targeting your victim. You can see where people are like, wow, hang on. And then the same things came out. So there's these 4 people that I've attracted to me recently where the person says, the first thing you need to understand is it's not about you. You got to find out what their language is, what personality type they are. You need to be sort of a chameleon. You got to ask questions to see what they like. Because the art of seduction is very simply asking questions and developing the relationship that you would want with that person. Now, it could be good or bad, but I think I shared this with the inner circle before, and I'll be brief with it. I used to stand in front of, Craig's watched me do this. Melody has watched me do this. And I'll tell the story short if you guys have heard it before. But I will take a person, I ask everyone in the room, what women are in the room are married? And I would pick a woman out in the audience. And I said, hey, if you don't mind, is your husband here? And I usually would check, right? And they go, yeah, my husband's sitting right next to me. And I said, if you don't mind, sir, I would like to ask your wife what would be a perfect date. And you go, no problem. And so in front of all these people, I would say these little things. I would say, so if you're going to go out for a date, and it's called an alternate close, Would the best night be Friday or Saturday night? Saturday. Is there a certain time that you like to go out? Like, early or later? 7. Okay, great. So if you are going to have that date, the limo comes, picks you up. Would you like that limo to be white or black? Oh, I'd want it to be white. Would you like your date in the limo? Or would you like to be picked up and then the limo takes you around and you go see all your friends before you go on the date? I never thought of that. So what's your favorite flower? I like roses, red or yellow. I like red roses. So at 7 o'clock on Saturday night, white limo pulls up and it has 24 roses. And the chauffeur comes to the door, knocks on the door, and takes you to the limo, and then you go visit friends. So now what would be the next thing that you would love to do? Would you like to go out to eat at your favorite restaurant? Or would you like to go dancing? I like to go to a restaurant. Do you have a favorite restaurant? I do. So we're going to have to get reservations for that. Now, if the date goes good at the dinner, would you like to go dancing afterwards, or would you like to go for a nice walk in the park or on the beach? I'd love to go for a walk. Great. So that's where we'll go. That's where the date will go. Go to dancing or on this walk. And then if the chemistry is right during that, that's where we could either extend the night, or you could just, maybe go home and that would be the end of the date. How does that sound? And they would go, that sounds awesome. And I go, so now we got to figure out what Saturday night is going to be. And I would like to be the guy that takes you on the date. And the wife and the husband are sitting right next to each other. And they look and go, I go, now, since you're married, now I'm married, we're going to have to make this a double date. And everyone would go, oh my God, I can't believe how easy he did that. I just asked her questions and created the perfect date for her. Do you guys realize that that's what I do when I help someone with their imagination? It's like, what kind of money would you like to make? What would you do with that money? And I'm starting to realize that this is something that my mentor did to me that made the biggest emotional impact on me. And that's why I've chose to master that skill. Did you guys hear that? So in my darkest moments, there's nothing worse, you guys, than being on workman's comp for 9 months, having no electricity, getting evicted, hiding my car from the repo man, and not having any of my relationships with me anymore because I didn't feel worthy. There's nothing worse than that, than this moment. Seeing an opportunity and then having someone ask you if you can afford to get started. And in that darkest moment, my mentor chose to make me imagine. In my darkest moment, where do you see yourself getting started? I don't even have electricity. Well, forget about that right now. Let's not talk about money. If I could show you how to do this business without you investing a dime, would you give me a chance to show you how to do it? Yes. And he took this introverted, broken down person and made them imagine enough to introduce them to the best person I knew at the time. And the rest is history. Now, my sponsor didn't do anything. His sponsor didn't do anything. His sponsor didn't do anything. And the person that I brought in, Rick, he didn't do anything. He never brought one person in the business. He came in at the biggest package, but he didn't bring one person into the business because he didn't understand that he needed to change his mindset. Rick was like, why would I want other people competing against me selling water filters? I'm a plumber. I don't want anyone selling these water filters. So because he couldn't change his paradigm or reframe his mindset, he never recruited a person. Now, did he make money out the product he sold? Yeah. Did he duplicate anybody? No. So with that, I want you each to really do this for me. I seen the same guy, this Robert Greene. Someone asked him in an interview, what's something that you could do to prove to yourself that you can change? I think Craig today posted a post. I don't remember. It's like, how many of you realize that if you can't change something, you're not going to change anything? And so Robert Greene said, the guy goes, listen, tell me something I can do. And he says, I want you to start brushing your teeth with your other hand. And the guy went, what? And he goes, prove me wrong. I bet you can't do it for 30 days. I guarantee you, you'll fucking quit. And I went, I'm going to brush my teeth with my left hand for 30 days. And I did it. Oh my God. Today was the first day. It's the most awkward, stupid feeling I had in a long, long time. Our hand doesn't know how to move. I'm like, wow, I'm spending a lot of time, but I don't feel like I'm covering every tooth. You know what I mean? It's like, so if you can't find something simple that you can commit to do every day for 30 days, I think that you should just stop lying to yourself and just go, I'm really not interested in being uncomfortable in anything I do. I know what I'm really comfortable in doing, and that's fucking complaining. I got that fucking down. And then probably before that or after that is I'm really, really good at beating the shit out of myself. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna change that either. So it doesn't make a difference who I hear or what I do. I'm just going to mentally say, I'm not doing that. And here's what's cool. That's okay. See, if you don't want to be uncomfortable and you'd rather be comfortable and complacent, then just do me a favor. Stop beating yourself up. Just go, hey, this is who I am. I'm comfortable. I like to be a homebody. I like to be around my family. I really don't like doing anything different. Because if you don't find a way and trust yourself to ask yourself how to do this, and then try this, and then try this, and then try this, and try this. Here's one thing that I'll leave you with. Have any one of you in the time that you've been with me figured out yet that the shit you don't want to do, you're not going to do? Have any of you guys, Robert says I should meditate. Fuck that. I ain't doing that. I fall asleep. And then Robert said I should spend a little bit of time on my knees and praying. Ain't doing that either. That's off the fucking list. And I got to visualize and imagine my life. No, fuck that. See, so you guys got to understand that if I'm telling you to do things and you mentally go, ain't doing that, that doesn't mean that you're a worse person. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. That just means that maybe you should find stuff that your mind and heart goes, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm going to get off my ass. I'm going to walk out to the barn and I'm going to brush the horse. I'm not going to miss a day. So now it's your goal to find something that you love doing and build a pattern, prove to yourself. So the other one was brush your teeth with the wrong hand, right? The opposite, non-dominant hand. The other thing that I remember learning years ago, I don't know if my mentor listened to him, because I was telling Terry that I know that Bill Gould promoted the book, The 48 Laws of Power. How many of you know that I read it? Nope. I never read it. You know why? Just the title. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I was created different than you. And I heard laws of the power. I don't want to be powerful over people. Well, wait a minute. That's my perception. That's what I got out of the title. I go, oh, the greatest miracle in the world? That's for me. I'm sure that he promoted a lot of books, right? But why did I pick this one? Why did I pick this one? Are you guys catching me? It's like, so you got to proclaim your uniqueness and love who you are and go, listen, I need to figure out the things that I need to do. So now the last thing that I'll say here is the concept of I know that the person that helps the most people wins. That the way to greatness is the service of many. And that's why I've always shared analogies with you guys about someone that founded peace and income from stacking plastic cups. They founded results in skipping rocks. They found results in drawing stick cats. They found results in sharpening pencils or throwing darts. If there's anything that you guys need to do, I know that you have to have fans or followers. And guess when people will follow you? When they're watching you, and while they're watching you, they see light. They see you in your zone. They see you full of energy, full of love, full of light, because you're doing what you love to do. Are you hearing me? So you might hate darts, but you go online and find the World Dart Association, and then you find where there's like 60,000 people showing up in a stadium watching guys my size drink pints of beer and throwing darts. 20, 20, 20, triple 20, and everybody's like, yeah, yeah, and it's like, on a side note, I'm on that deal because I love watching inspirational stories. A woman for the first time competing against men through a perfect game. A perfect game. And it was televised. So, so I think it's 601 that they're trying to throw, or 501 is the big number. So, she threw the perfect darts and beat this guy that was an ex-champion. And it would be neat if she keeps doing that. She's going to be the champion. So I just think that she wanted to compete against the men. She says, why can't I compete? And all the guys, can you imagine how easy that is? See, if the man wants to go against women, women say no. But if a woman Billie Jean King wants to go against the men, they go, bring it on. Men's egos get them in trouble, And so I'm really asking you guys to stop saying that you don't know what you need to do to build an influence. And I brought this up many times that Shirley, or whatever her name, that plays video games, and she's got 1 million YouTube subscribers. You need to, in this day and age, you need to proclaim your uniqueness and ask yourself, what are the things that you can do each and every day that you can master? Because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a small thing. And if you're above average and what other people don't know what to do, that's how you're going to get your following. That's how you're going to get your confidence. That's how you're going to build your self-esteem. Is because you know something about, and I keep having these downloads, so I will share another, right? I'll stop saying one more. I'll just say another. When I first hired, when I wanted to write my book, me and Max Miller hired Brendan Burchard, big motivational guy. And I love what he said. He said, do you guys realize that you can be an expert in anything by simply going on Amazon and finding the 3 most sold books on a subject and read those books? And you're now an expert. What's an expert? Someone that knows more than 98% of the people on the planet about a certain subject. Have any one of you been fascinated by someone talking about something and you virtually did not understand a frickin' word they're saying? But they're an expert because they know more than the other people that are talking. Are you guys catching me? That's why you get fascinated with watching people that, you know, Matt, when he's doing AI stuff. Is there any doubt in your guys' mind that when you're watching Matt talk about AI, that he might know a little more than you? That's why it's fascinating watching. And I understood Craig did a incredible thing in showing how to do stuff as well. And so when you guys watch someone that knows what they're doing, and then you also feel this thing, wow, you know, Craig's enjoying this. Craig enjoys this. He acts like it's not a big deal. He acts like it's simple. And he's whipping out these titles on these short videos and posting them like crazy. And you guys might not know this, but we paid Craig. So there's nothing like paying him, having him a part of the visionary in the Hollis family, and he gets to do what he wants to do while he's making money. Whoa, what a concept. So I hope this opening helped you guys a little bit because, you know, Tom Shallon and Kim Shallon sent me down and they pulled their whole Savvy group over. But then the way that MDC does business is a little different than their Savvy group did it. And the comp plan is different. Maybe that happened with Linda and Peter when they went from OSNAP to here. It's like all of a sudden you just get pulled over into another company, but everything they do is different. And you got this person and this person and this person, and it's like, what do I do? And so they were asking me what they should do. And it was one of the first time where I sat down in front of a leader and I said, can I ask you a simple question? And they go, yeah. I said, have you ever helped another person walk away from their job? And they lit up, man. They just freaking lit up. And they're going, yeah, we've helped a lot of people quit their jobs. I go, why are you asking me what I'm doing? And you should have seen both of them looking at me. I said, aren't you tired of trying to duplicate what other people do instead of just trying to figure out what you are already gifted with, that you were created with, that makes you unique, that'll allow you to give confidence? Because when you got confidence, you're going to attract people like freaking crazy. And Tom got teary-eyed. He goes, no one's told me that. And I said, well, I could have charged you money and became your coach. But I stopped doing coaching. I stopped doing programs. I stopped doing this. for exactly this reason. Correct, Matt? Me and Matt would do it in front of people, show them how to do it. And while we're doing it, we're getting results. We had a $30,000 day. A $30,000 day. And people watched us and went, no, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that.
And let me just say too, those people paid more and the work was way more difficult than what we're talking about here. Way more difficult. We're talking about Facebook ads, building funnels. You guys don't have to do any of that stuff. So it's like at that moment in time too, it's like you get caught in this cycle where you're just constantly wanting the best for the people that are supporting you and also trying to learn from you. And we've shared this, but you get stuck in this cycle where you end up being a teacher and then you're no longer an example. And I think what's so crazy is you'll see a lot of people go from an example to a teacher and then they'll give up on being an example. They're like, I'd much rather be a teacher. It's easier to tell you what to do than it is to do shit myself and prove an example of how to do it. You know, and I think that's one of those things that it corrodes a lot of people. So
yeah. And so I hope that you guys, as inner circle members and imaginators, I hope you don't mind me constantly working on me to figure out what works for me so I can continue to be an example to you guys. You know, we jumped into this, travel now, dream trips. And so there was a new report in the back. So I go in the back and I click on it and it says DTI get for no pay no more. And I didn't even realize that I already have 10 people on the priority membership. So I think it took me less than probably, a couple of days to get 10 people on the same plan that I'm doing. And if you guys are not getting people, then my question to be simple to you is, then what are you going to do? What's gonna excite you? Because I'm telling you guys, the product means nothing to me. The comp plan means nothing to me. You guys are going to freak out when I say this, but Joss and Jenna are some amazing people. I love them. I am not building MDC for them. I'm building 1 million subscribers for me. You guys catching this? And so if something happened to MDC, how long do you think it would take me to build a people franchise and another business? And that's what all the trophies are for. So it doesn't even bother me if MDC went someplace. I don't believe it will. But the world is changing right now. And I believe the people that will be rewarded from this point on in the future are people that find their way of doing, their way of impacting other people. They got to find their way of impacting other people. So that's where the word Matt was telling me and Craig were telling me that, they were challenging you guys by asking you who inspires you. Because if you don't know who inspires you, then you're not even close to finding the direction of what you need to do to build your audience. Does that make sense? To build your following of people that you can help. So let's get some questions going. And I love and appreciate you guys so much. I just want you to trust yourself, because if you guys are listening to me and you're constantly asking me what to do, and I tell you what I do, and I do videos on what I do, and then you just don't do it. See, the only difference between you doing it and me doing it is I do it with mastery. I do it with imagination. I do it with them first. That's when I always can tell when people are not doing it for the right reason. As they say, so when do you sell them? I get the connection. I get that you give them a gift, but when do you sell them something? See,
when do I make money?
Yeah,
you know,
that's when you realize right away. And then the people are going, I'm doing exactly what Robert's doing. No, they can smell commission breath. They can feel desperation all over you. They're like, I'm not interested in working with this person. It doesn't even feel like a right person to work with.
yeah, we've all come across somebody that's like acted like they're not anxious, but you know they are, or they've acted like they're not drunk, but you know they are. Those different types of things, you know what I mean? We pick these things up and maybe we won't point it out. We won't say, hey, dude, like you've been drinking and I can tell. We don't say that, right? We just accept it and we go with it. What do you think people are doing when they feel that coming from you? When your genuineness is not directed at them, but directed at yourself, how you can get something out of the situation that you're in. And I think when you stop going at every situation with what you can get out of it and you try to help people, exactly what you've said, Dad. When you try to help people, just like we've been doing with you guys here, we built this whole group of you guys here by trying to help you. And what have you done? You've went out and recommended and said, I love this group. You showed up. How many people are excited that my dad's back? Probably everybody, right?
I didn't go
Do you feel the
anywhere.
energy? I know you didn't, but you feel the energy? You feel the energy back? Absolutely. And I was telling everybody, you're going to come back and be even more fired up going, this is the direction we're going in. This is the direction I'm going in. And I agree with you, Dad. You have to figure out what that process is for yourself and why you're not doing it. This works really well with exercise when you say, Dad, because it's like, how many different things have we all went through to pick what the right exercise is for us? Or maybe we tried a martial arts class or a Pilates class or a yoga class or whatever it may be, right? And it's like, maybe yoga is what will get me to exercise, right? But it's not, because maybe I'm not a yogi. You know what I mean? Maybe mixed martial arts. Maybe I like to punch and kick or something. So I'm just giving that as an example, but I
But
love
you like,
everything that you said, Dad.
yeah, Matt, I know you love walking Rue
I
and
do.
yeah.
Put my music in, walk my dogs. That for me is like Zen time by myself.
Yep.
So
Great point, Matt. So
thanks for sharing, Dad.
by the way, raise the hands or thumbs up or a heart or something. Did Craig and Matt do a good job while I was gone? Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
So if you guys ever, need more of them, just, send me a message and tell me to take some time off well,
Maybe we just need to be, maybe I just need to be giving more. I think that's the
there
case.
we
You give
go.
a lot,
I gotta
Matt.
keep
There's no
when
question.
well, I was gonna say, when we talk about setting a good example, Dad, I mean, I was just sitting here, you guys, making a new gifts page because my dad sent me a message and went, hey, here's a bunch of gifts. I just need a page that I could just send people to that have all my gifts on it. And I'm like, great, I'll get to work on that. So that's what I've been working on while we're on here. So it's like he's still giving. He gets back immediately. He's like, here's all the gifts I got to give people as I'm connecting. So
I thought, why send them
Nice.
one gift? Why not just send them a link to all the gifts?
if you go to roberthollis.com right now, there's a gifts page. I'm still working on it. So if it looks
Okay.
bad,
Well,
Wait
get,
until wait
The
to
links
go
are
to
on
it
it.
until we're ready here.
get after it, Matt.
That's
Come
what
on,
I'm
Matt.
gonna do
What's
after
taking
talking.
you so long here? Come on.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too, Matt. All right. So I guess we're ready to rock and roll with a
Yeah.
couple of questions. Okay,
Please,
first up,
please.
well, I got to let everybody know we got Deborah Bronner coming up, John Tier, but first up, we're going to hear from Melody Ryba. So, Melody, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Did I hit the right button?
You sure
you-
You
did.
did.
Awesome. Robert, I love you. It's so good to have you back. Even though to me it feels like you kind of weren't gone, because if my alarm goes off and you've got a call scheduled at noon, I still have your dailies at noon. So I just rewatch a video at the same time. That way I
That's
don't
smart.
miss out. I don't miss out. Yeah, it's awesome. And Craig, Matthew, you guys did amazing. Amazing. Stepping up and filling those big shoes, and you guys really work together well, and it's just, I'm very impressed. I've been around for a long time and I'm continually impressed by you guys, so thank you. I just wanted to share real quick one thing. I know this is not the Imaginators call, but Robert, I don't know if I'll forget this before I get to share it with you, so I'm going to share it here. You've been talking a lot about imaginating, right?
Right.
Okay, imagination. I found myself giggling, tickled to death, just kind of laughing. And I realized what I was thinking about is when we're old, you, me, and Terry, old people, and we're still the best of friends. So, and watching all
Yeah.
the incredible miracles happening around us, and I just got to, I'm not manifesting. Let me make this clear, people. I'm not manifesting us getting old. I just know that you are part of my life forever. You've been part of my life for a
Yes.
very, very long time, and I'm just very, very blessed with the friendship that I have with you and Terry and your family, and just amazing. The I've been thinking a lot. As you know, I'm not able to do the whole social media thing right now. I've tried
Understood.
it with people, being my eyes for me and typing for me and all of that. So I've had a lot of time to think, and most of the time, thinking for me gets me in trouble.
Yeah.
hmm However, I have been maybe not so much thinking, but trying to figure out, why did it take me so long with you, Robert? It took me 7 years, 7 freaking years. And
That's
I mean, okay, so not to say that, I wasn't making money, or I wasn't growing in income for my kids during that time. It just wasn't enough to really make a lifespan difference, and or a generational difference. And then I started thinking, and this was during my prayer and meditation time, so I guess you're there with me too, even before the videos, is why me? What what happened? Like, I remember that moment where I felt like the gates of abundance opened up, and if I was standing too close to it, I was going to get knocked down, buried in the best kind of way, right? So I was thinking, well, what did I finally do? What made that difference for me to have that life-changing experience? I mean, the truly life-changing experience. And one of the things that came to my mind was, and you kind of touched on earlier, what you had the 6FM, right? Six Figure Marketers
right.
course that you had. We all paid $5,000 or more. I think it was $5,000, something like that. And when people pay that much money to get into a course that's giving you homework, like, I was going to be embarrassed if I didn't do the homework before I got on that next call, because we would talk about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you were showing, we had new software, we had all of the stuff, and we didn't get a training on the software, right? We didn't remember the workflow or whatever. I don't even remember what it was
Yeah.
called, and all of that time. It's like, these were people that were going to take further action, at least do something. Not everybody, but there was more. I felt like there was more accountability. I don't know. Word of the week for
I was
me.
waiting for you to get to that word.
I just felt
Because
like,
that's what you did to set yourself apart, and that's when your coaching business blew up.
right. But you know what? I'm
You
so
you
blessed I don't have
you
that.
you looked at yourself. You looked at yourself and went, all these people need an accountability buddy, and I'm going to step up and do it.
Yeah. Well, I was spending time with them anyway. What the heck? Although, Robert, it's kind of, I give you all the credit for that. Although I'm also going to give you the blame for that course as well, because I remember,
Yeah.
because I would never share anything that you didn't share with me. Like, I didn't like, oh, Robert says to do this and this and this, and then I'm going to add in all of these other new little books and this and that to it. I mean,
But
that's
you
what
were but
kind
you were
of,
trying but you were trying to figure out what worked for you.
Right. But the only reason I turned it into a course instead of doing it free for everybody forever was you called me up on the phone one day, totally unexpected, and you said, Melody, do you believe what you're sharing with people has value? And I'm thinking in my head, in my heart, I'm like, well, of course it does. It all came from you. I mean, there's nothing that didn't come from you. Of course it has value. Yes, it's helped me tremendously. And you said, then stop giving it away. And I went, oh, dang. Okay, I gotta do this now, right? And that's where the course kind of developed. However, I'm so blessed I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, well, it was a
That's
time.
hard, Robert. What you do is hard.
Yeah, it was well, when you're not created to do it, it's definitely hard. I mean, I think if I went out tomorrow and tried to compete or qualify for the Olympics in any one of those sports, I think I would suck pretty bad. And so, that's why we got to constantly be reinventing ourselves. That's why we got to constantly figure out, especially with Matt challenges me all the time because I just give him permission to. Same with Craig. And so I'll come up with something and then someone will say, Matt will say, well, listen, is this what we're going to be doing 3 years from now? Is this what we're going to be doing 5 years from now? And that's when all of a sudden you go, no, I don't want to be doing that. So, you didn't know that a lot of things were going to change in your life that would prohibit you from doing stuff. But I think that it's pretty crazy that we can talk about a person named Helen Keller and is no nose is like deaf and blind. You know what I mean? And how did she pull off what she pulled off?
Right.
And so before videos, everyone was listening to audios. Podcast started out with audio. And I love your voice.
Ouch. Was that a little dagger? I can't have a conversation with Craig without him bringing something up at least a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
So
happen.
you have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of experience to share. And for whatever reason, sometimes we get put in a situation where, I believe that, the master creator is like, okay, you need to start going this direction. You need to start going this direction. And I even said this to Josh Wagle. It's like the thing that I admire most about Josh is him constantly looking to the future and saying, what are we going to do now? Is like Josh wastes exactly 0 time with I've been doing this for a long time and I invested this much money in it. Do you guys realize that? I mean, Josh will change the whole I mean, he'll change everything in a blink of an eye to go for what he believes is going to be the people that we need to attract in the future.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I remember used to do this. You know what I mean? And it's like, we don't do that anymore. Now people are still doing that. It's crazy to me that I still see people doing business in network marketing the way they did before internet was invented. It's like, what? And it's like, yeah, you don't know my country and my people in my country. Well, I know they were struggling when I met you, and you've been in the company for years and you're still struggling. So apparently you didn't figure it out either.
Right.
So, yeah. So thanks for sharing, Melody. I love you, man.
Thank you, Robert.
I love when you're on here. You'll always be part of the family, and I'm looking forward to experiencing the many, many, many years together. I'm not going to even say that O word. I just know that we got a lot of people to impact, a lot of experiences to have, and I don't want to travel the world, you guys, without you.
That's amazing.
Well, I was going to say too, as AI gets better and as technology and medical gets better, a lot of people that have been stuck in certain situations with their health will be able to actually use new technology to fix a lot of those things. So I keep every day I get new articles about new ways AI is helping and growing in the health sector and stuff. So I just wanted to say too, Melody, you inspire me so much. I love you so much. And I've benefited so much from your wisdom as well. So thanks for being on here and sharing with us.
Oh, Matthew, you're amazing. I love you.
Love you
I love you
too.
so much. And hey, there's a new meaning to blind faith.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. So good. I love you guys. I love all of you guys. It's amazing to come on here
I'll
and
tell you what,
be able to tune in.
Melody,
Mhm.
Melody, I can tell you one thing for a fact. Your eyesight might not be better than others, but I'm telling you what, your vision is.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Robert, that's one of
Dan,
the
that's
greatest
perfect.
gifts that's happened. I think I shared that
I
with
see
you.
Craig writing it down right now. He's like, that's a great
Right?
line.
Right. And I've shared this with Craig oftentimes too. I'm pretty sure I shared it with you, Robert, is learning to do things. I mean, you were talking about using your non-dominant arm to brush your teeth or, whatever it is that you're doing. Try put a blindfold on and go through just 30 minutes doing what you need to do in your home. And it takes a little longer.
Yeah.
It's scary at first, but you just it's there nothing good can happen if you don't move forward regardless.
Yeah.
If you don't do something.
We all hear about when you lose certain things, you pick up, if you want to move forward.
Yeah.
We do know people that woe is me, victim, and now it's like they might as well die. You know what I mean? Because they're just like, that's it. And then other people are like, okay, so I've lost these steps and I can't do this, but I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
Mhm.
And what you do is that's the story of hero's journey. You gotta be the star of your own movie.
100%. 100%. It's amazing. It's amazing what, that saying, I don't know who said it first or where it came from, but when there's a will, there's a way. I know I say this to Deborah all the time because she pulls out stuff that, how did you do that if you couldn't do this, right? She'll just,
Yeah, there's
when you
nothing
want to
better.
do something, you figure it out.
When people still say this to me all the time. It's like, well, how can you be a good presenter if you're dyslexic? Not use shit that I have to read.
Right. And that way it comes from your heart and not your mind,
Yeah.
not what you're told you should say. So, and the last thing is, and before your course, the six-figure marketers, when I started plugging into your calls, at first it was just showing up, being on every single call. Like replay was not an option for me. Like these are non-negotiables, and I truly believe they made a huge difference for me. But I heard you a couple of times call out some people early on in the days, and they were, saying, well, this doesn't work, or I can't do that, or I try to do this. And then you would bring up, well, what did you do from last time when we talked about this to now? And it was nothing. And I always had that thought in the back of my head, what if Robert asked me what I did with what he shared with me last? That accountability, right? And 98 times out of 100, you didn't. But it kept me plugged in. It kept me on those calls. And I wanted to, as I saw the value in what you were sharing and who you were and your time and all of that, I I felt like, oh, well, I'll just watch the replays or whatever, I'll miss a call. I felt like I didn't want you to think that I didn't value your time. And I couldn't stress to other people to be on Robert's calls. But you want to work with me, you got to be on Robert's calls, you got to learn from Robert. If I wasn't there, that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that accountability. And Matthew, I think you get credit for accountability. I think we were in Montana or something when we were having a conversation and you brought up that word the first time. So
Yep, accountability buddy. I
yeah,
was like one of those words. I think I actually heard it from like some movie or something along the lines, but I love it. There's certain words that you hear and it immediately puts someone like back in their chair. If you say, "Oh, I'm holding you accountable," they go, "Oh shit." But if
yeah,
you be like, "Oh no, I'm going to be your accountability buddy. Like I'm going to make sure that you do the stuff you want to be doing." It's like, "Oh man, you're going to help me. You're going to be there for me. You're going to support me." Totally different vibe than saying, "I'm going to hold you accountable because I know that this is what you want because you told me this is what you want." People are like hesitant to even be held accountable for the things they want to be doing, right? I
Right.
brought up
right.
exercise earlier, and imagine if you told somebody that wanted to lose weight, "I'm going to hold you accountable to losing weight." Probably would ruin your
Ugh.
guys' relationship.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well,
Right.
imagine if Robert, if you were to give a grade at the end of a
Yeah,
period of time, like we
We've
did
thought
on
about it from
school.
time to time, and believe it or not, I'm the person that was normally like, "Let's grade these people and hold them accountable." And my dad's like, "Nah, that's just a recipe for disaster for yourself. Been
well,
down that road, walked
it
that
doesn't
path."
resonate with me. It never resonates. Even that's why you really brought this up, Melody, to really drive this home. If you're comfortable and you feel that your gift is to help other people and be their accountability buddy, then that's your calling, that's your gift. And me, all I can remember growing up is constantly being told how special, and not in a good way, not in Jody's way of being special. You know what I mean? But she does it in a nice way. But all I remember is constantly being told how I didn't measure up. So can you guys get where I'm not doing that to anybody?
Right.
I went through school with really no report cards because that's how special I was. And see, he's improving or he's not trying.
Yeah. Well,
And
I don't know if I would have showed up if we were going to get grades because I would have been too
yeah,
embarrassed. I remember when you would, not even a warning, but you had been talking to us about sharing our testimony. Oh, I think we did it for Unlimited Profits and some other Success in Minutes. And I remember Matthew said we want a 1 minute video of a testimony or a 2 minute, under 2 minutes or something like that. Holy crap. That was like, and then Robert, you called people to do it on the fly on your calls. On the fly. They didn't have notes. And I mean, it was just that,
but I didn't like any of that.
I know, and neither did I, to be honest, but man,
Yeah,
was there growth. And that's
yeah,
just a whole different type. And right now we just see, no matter what our passion is, where our heartstrings are pulled, it it doesn't matter if we want to be an online marketer or not. It doesn't matter if we want to have a homeless shelter or animal shelter or whatever. When our heartstrings are tied to something, no matter what it is, in relationships, no matter what kind, everything you learn from Robert is going to help you in any one of those areas. Anything, with your boss, with your spouse, with your children, anything. And man, Robert, you've just enriched my life so much. I can't even. I get goosies just talking about it. I love you. I appreciate you,
I love you so
Matthew,
much. Thank you
Craig.
so much.
You fill my heart. Thank you.
You bet. Aw.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Melody, love you. Thank you so very, very much. What a great share. Before we continue, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, I know we're not here live on YouTube, but for those of you watching on YouTube and you want to help us by donating to the charities that Robert supports, go ahead and click at the very bottom of the chat the $sign. And all the money that you donate there will go to organizations that Robert supports. So thank you very much. We love you and we appreciate you. Also, if you want to join our amazing groups, the Imaginators and Inner Circle, you can go to roberthollis.com/join, and we would love to have you. So
Definitely.
thank you very
Definitely.
much. I'm just practicing for the weekend. But not about the donations. Okay.
There you go.
Anyways, let's go ahead and keep going forward. Thank you so very much again, everybody. We've got Peter and Linda coming up, but first, Deborah Bronner. Deborah, go ahead, open up, and please share.
Can you hear me, everyone?
We can. How are you, Deborah?
I'm wonderful, Robert.
Yeah,
Deeply loved, highly flavored, and I love you guys.
You look awesome. You look awesome.
I am so happy. I'm coming to you on my brand new laptop. Yay!
It looks like it. It looks like it.
And it has AI installed. This is the first time I've been on it at all. And there's still a lot to learn, and it comes with an AI co-pilot built in. So I'm excited to create and run things by Matthew or learn from him and you. And oh my gosh, Melody, thank you for sharing. So enjoyable being, I don't want to say embarrass her, but Melody and I are close, and we get to talk about how amazing you are, Robert and Matthew and Craig. Every day, and that is something special we really share, is our mutual love and appreciation of you, Robert. And
Well,
you've lost a ton of weight now.
When me and Craig and Matt are talking, we're talking about how wonderful you guys are. So
that's mutual admiration, yeah. But it's so nice to the bigger screen to be able to see those blue eyes of yours, because it's like you're talking only to me now, and that's how great it feels. So I just wanted to check in, and hopefully I'll be able to get on the calls on time with this new device. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I have no more excuses about devices.
That's a super win, and I love to share that win with you, Deborah.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Matthew and Craig, and everyone on the call. Love you guys.
Love you so much. Thanks for sharing.
Stay tuned.
I'm telling you what, the AI must be working, because you are gorgeous.
Well, thank you. That's real nice.
I don't think your other computer or other camera was giving you justice.
You're so great. Thank you.
I love you. Have a great day.
I love you.
You bet.
Bless you, Deborah. Thank you so very much. And yeah, we do appreciate you very much. All right, let's go ahead and move right along to the brightly lit Peter and Linda. So go ahead, you two, open up and share with us. Great to see you. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Be hacked, everybody. Yeah, there you go.
I love you. How you guys doing?
We are blessed, highly favored, and deeply loved.
Yes. So let me tell me how I can help you.
Thank you so much. It is so very interesting that we're talking about accountability, because I want to bring a topic, and the reason of why I said, baby, just put the hand up, because I just want to throw it out there, and again, have our community here to be that accountability partners. And I have been working in so many aspects to come from, or so many angles to come from. First, it's a question and it's a statement at the same time. So I'm working on creating like the owner's manual, like for us, for an MDC business. I was thinking about it even before I heard you. And then when I heard you, I was like, like we're synchronized. And then, then I start taking all the lists, the info, the next steps, and all these videos. But do you know, like when you started smelling perfumes and then all of a sudden all the perfumes smell the same and you don't know where was from, right? So anyways, that slowed me down a little bit. And then what is even worse, I don't know how, but I lost my the work that I did. So I'm starting from zero. So I don't know. Yeah. So I just think that, putting a table from IKEA, putting anything together from IKEA has more instructions than a business that can bring, so much wealth in so many aspects, right? We can, generational wealth and so on and so forth. So the question, that was kind of like the statement. The question is, I would love to hear, like your mentorship and putting it together, because obviously you are the millionaire and the millionaire creator. So, uh,
Well,
so
one of
I
the
don't know how we
things,
can do it, but I would love, to put the 1, 2, 3 there. I know that is,
right.
it's
There's something that you're saying that's very unique, okay? Because I first want to preface it by saying, Linda, that, whatever you create, if you're doing it because you love to do it, then what you're going to do is you're going to create and attract, through law of attraction, the people that are looking for that, right? Now, with me growing up, not having the confidence in writing things or spelling things or even, putting stuff together, I've never even produced a script in my entire career. So even though I say to people, did you get an owner's manual? I'm still in my mind, being in, June 27th, 2024. It's for me, I'm all about getting somebody a significant emotional event that makes them believe in themselves. And so the one thing that you're seeing that, and I'm not going to say, Linda, that this is for you. I'm going to say that I'm right now in the moment where I will figure out the fastest way to get somebody to get an emotional impact and a belief in this company so they can go out and connect with millions of people. And I believe that we live in a time right now where when people say, I don't know what to do, they are saying, I've already sorted out. I don't believe that I can do this. And so, right now, if you've seen me in the last couple of years, it's like I'm doing less and less and less and less and less training. Because in the day that we live in right now, people want to know if you're going to connect with them. And through connection is what makes them feel, So when you're talking about that art of seduction, and when I explained doing that to that wife with her husband there, that didn't have anything to do with the owner's manual. And I believe that we live in a day where we mentally in our mind go, if I could put something together to help people with the baby steps, instead of giving them a baby step.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So instead of putting all this information together to help them learn, how about just, hey, Linda, I know you're scared. I know you're scared. You're worried about falling down. Can you just grab onto my fingers? Just grab onto your fingers like
Okay.
and let's take a step.
Right.
Yeah, but no. Just let me help you. And so I know you guys I know that women are programmed this way because it's always the guy or the mate that's showing them how to do something. Do you guys ever notice, like, I don't know how to dance? Hey, that's okay. And it's like, I don't know how to play pool. Let me show you how. There's always this thing that in romance and the connection is when, the woman or the male feel like, wow, you know, they're going to show me how to do it instead of tell me how to do it. That's the world that I know that we're moving into, because AI is going to you know, I think that a lot of you are probably still not using AI the way you should, because like today I was goofing around with it and I put in it exactly what I'm thinking, you know, so I'm going to open it up because I want to put how I said it. I said, where can I find people to connect with that need and want to make more money in their lives, that are willing to do the things necessary? How many of you guys would like to know what it said? Go put it in AI and see what it shows up for you.
Perfect.
See? It's like, but when you read it, you're going to go, damn it, I know all that stuff. You see what I mean? If you guys start asking AI the simplest questions, it's like, what do I got to do every day to get off my ass and do something? You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you're going to be disappointed, because is AI being as smart as it is with all the data that is growing, it ends up, I'm telling you guys, if I never even thought about that, I could probably share my screen quick. Okay. So professional network sites. Are you freaking kidding me? I know a guy that keeps saying, hey, if Facebook has 2.9 billion and 10% want to make more money, that's 290 million people on Facebook. So, you know, LinkedIn meetup, online communities, Reddit and Facebook group, local events, chamber conference, educational, you know, entrepreneurial hubs. I've never heard of co-working space. Social platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm pissed off. I know all this stuff. Well, then start connecting with people and find the right people. And again, one of the things that people kept asking me is, Robert, what allows you to keep going through so many people? Because I know I'm going to get a bullseye. I know I'm going to get a strike. I know I'm going to win a game of pool. I've always been the person that will just do it. I just do it. It's like, well, you know, do I believe that you can find people and when they want to make six figures, they just do it? They just do it. So when I was told, hey, you got to get 70 people to watch this video, my answer was okay. My mentor didn't give me a script. My mentor didn't give me a script. This meant three things, Robert. You got to get excited. And then what you got to do is, you know, connect with people. And then what you got to do is do what you have to do with that person to get them to watch this freaking video. So then I get in the business and I make millions of dollars and everybody goes, what do you do, Robert? I go, you. And how many of you guys have heard this already where you get a little pissed off? It's like, well, listen, just get excited. Imagine your life being better than it ever has, better than you can imagine. Then now that you're excited, you need to go out and connect with people. I'm so sick of this shit. It's the same people, just talk to people, just talk to people. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then what was three? The people that will see it, you know, put another tape in. What did the other tape say? Sign up, start where you can fit in, get in where you fit in. Three, go after all the people that you know and stay plugged in. You know, and what I love most about what's happening in the world right now is me wanting to do other things, and I see the simplicity in what they do. So you go, I want to make $1 million building a YouTube channel. And you find the best experts and they go, first thing, create a YouTube channel. I don't know what to do. Listen, there's even a YouTube on how to create a YouTube channel. All right. So create a YouTube channel. Now create content. Put up 100 videos. Can't someone tell me what to do? They just did. They just did. So, Linda, the thing I would say to you is, again, you need to talk to yourself. But in this game, you want to attract people that already have an imagination and they're looking for a vehicle. I've never had this download before. I know you guys have seen it, but have you ever seen a bunch of kids going through a parking lot, checking every car to see which one's unlocked? Peter and I raised our hand because we were that kid. You know what I mean? I'm like, which car is unlocked? They wasn't looking for a certain car. It was going to be the easiest one that you can take. Are you guys getting what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
And so it's like, life is just so simple. And what we do is we believe, and this is something, Linda, I would tell you to break, is we believe, I know there's a lot of people I could name that still do this in this group, is they truly believe the reason people are not doing something is because they don't know what to do. That is bullshit. Because the right people know exactly what to do. They'll run over you. So I'm going to ask you, Linda, a couple of questions, okay? And think about this. Peter, you can interject if you want. The businesses that you guys right now run, including MDC, if you stop doing it, would the business continue to go?
You mean the RMDC business?
Any business.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The MDC business would still go. Yeah.
You
Okay.
mean like our personal business or like the
Doesn't matter.
overthinking, huh?
Yeah, everything. But just think of that. See, so if I said to every one of you, if you just took a month off, would your business continue to produce revenue for you? If you just disappeared? See, most people would go, no, I'm the person that does everything.
Yeah.
I'm the person that does everything. Here's the second question. If the answer is yes, would your business grow without you?
Yeah, most likely conventional business don't. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
The difference between us, everyone listening to this, live or recorded, us and other people, is the last question is yes. So I'll give you an example. When I learned this over the holiday, when I was watching stuff in Cabo, when the question was that, would your business continue to grow if you were no part of it? And it made me cry because I knew that Craig and Matt were doing the Imaginators and the Ask Me Anythings, and both of them got incredible imagination. And it's sort of interesting to feel a sense of, man, if I did something stupid and no longer was on this planet, that I know that I've taught people that are building what I'm building, they have the wisdom to take it to the next level. It's going to exist without me. And it's going to grow without me. So what is the thing that I have that you guys don't have? The right people.
Right.
I was thinking of that, but I didn't know if that was going to be the right answer.
So for some of you, if that was the thought is the imagination of if I disappeared for a month and I logged into my back office with MDC, my business grew. That's when you know you have the right people with the right imagination. That's when so now that's your avatar, Linda. The avatar, the person that you're looking for is going, can you just point me to someone that makes a lot of money and leave me alone? See, they won't say that because that's mean. But I'm that person. I went seven levels of people to work with my mentor because someone told me what to look for. A person can't take you to a place they've never been.
Exactly.
And this is when it really gets good. When you get out of the way and connect those people to the people that are running the company. So if I left and went someplace else to another company, there's 8 leaders in my group that are going nowhere. They're not. So I said this to Josh when I heard this. And I said, don't you think it's funny? Terry doesn't like water. And so Terry was going like, oh my God, the last thing I need to do is go up on the top deck where everyone's dancing and partying, and then I fall off and disappear, right? and you know what my first response was? I went to Josh and Jenna and I said, guess whose name's in the contact legacy? So if something happens to Terry, I get to take over the position. So I keep getting paid if something happens to Terry. And it is like, it's a joke, but then again, that's where that came from. And so I was told that 37 years ago. Here's another thing that will stretch you guys. What if you were constantly looking for people that were better than you? Had more influence than you, had more education than you, had more experience than you? What if your number one goal is to always find, because all the people that aren't good at this business know people that would be good at this business? And what am I looking for? I'm looking for people that are at the top of the corporate ladder with a glass ceiling. And they're like, I'm going to do this for another 30 freaking years. What's my options? And then they start going, I need to find something else. I need to find something else. They already educated themselves. They already got the degree. They've already gone up the corporate ladders in a couple of companies. They're driven. They're great communicators. They're self-motivated. They're self-taught. They don't need your owner's manual, Linda.
They know how to put it together now.
Yeah. So that's the people that you need to think about, because if you find a person on your left and a person on your right that wants to make 6 figures with MDC, and they believe that if people like me did it, they can do it. Now you guys get to do what you've always dreamed you wanted to do. Because we hear a few people out there that are multi-billionaires, but they're no longer CEOs of their company. Think of that. So when Yahoo was created, as soon as those kids got that crazy numbers of what Yahoo is making, they rented an office and rented temporary furniture for the office. And then they went CEO-ing. So now all the CEOs come in, they tell them what their package is, their compensation, how much stock they can get, and then they show them all the books. And I might be wrong on the name, but I think her name was Meg Whitman. and Hasbro had her running, you know, the Mr. Potato Head. She was an international CEO for, I think it's Hasbro. She came in, looked at all the Yahoo numbers, and she only had one question. Well, two, are these numbers correct? Yeah, they are. And we need someone to take us international. We don't have that education. And she said, what are you two going to call yourself? And one of them went, we're going to call ourselves Chief Yahoo. How freaking humble are you, Linda? Where you don't want the title. You want to hire someone that loves to be called a CEO. Well, of course, she brought over her whole team because she knew all her people that she went to school in Yale and Harvard and Princeton. She knows all these people. And so she gets to bring her CFO or COO and bring over her whole damn team. And Yahoo at one time was big enough to almost buy Google. And then they said no and forced Google to focus on themselves instead of focusing on getting sold. And went by them. So yeah. So I think that when people think about bringing people into their team, they're not thinking about the people that I'm looking for. The next Shandor, the next Judith, you know, from Hungary, the next Candace Bird Davis, the next, you know, Coach Bob Johnson. Coach Bob does not need a manual from me. Did that help you, Linda?
Yes, definitely. Different perspective.
Yeah, just imagine. So that's why that's why I do what I do. It's like, Linda and Peter, it's nice meeting you. I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. What? I'm looking for people right now to expand my company, and I'm looking for people that want to make 6 figures or mid 6 figures a year. Do you know anyone like that? Well, what is this? Why are you interested? Well, it depends on what it is. Let me send you over a short video. And so now you guys, with that perspective, that reframing, watch my 6-minute video again. And you're going to understand that that video is targeting the people I want in my group. So when people see it and they see me logging into my online banking and their first response is, why the fuck would you show me this video? I'm not interested in people making money. It's like, thank you very much for not wasting any more of my time. See what I mean? People watch that 6-minute video and they got a question. Like, yeah. What's the ingredients in the product? Let's see. I'm talking to an employee consumer. Just become a free affiliate. Not until you tell me what it is. It's like, oh my God, are you like brain dead? No, I'm nice to them. I'm nice to them. They don't know that they're in that square. And
Your blood is inside.
And they don't know how to get out of that square. See, I'd rather find people that go, are you telling me that people right now make $1 million a year? Yeah, there's people that actually pulled off $1 million a month. Are you kidding me? Do you want to know about the product? Who gives a shit about the product? And when they say that, you go, what do you mean? And this is what they say. They go, you can't be a 10-year-old company doing 600 million in sales if you didn't have a good product. See, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You can't have 1 million satisfied customers. That's why I love saying that. 1 million satisfied customers can't be wrong. Now you get to say 5 million.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
that's actually
we've had over 5 million customers. Well, what's the product? We got 12,000 of them. We're in 200 countries. That's like walking up to Walmart or Amazon and asking what products they got.
Mm.
Did that help, Linda?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I will most likely will come back, plan to help you. Yeah, but definitely different perspective in like, I guess, different ears as well.
Yeah, because just ask yourself the way Matt asked me. Just ask you and Peter, sit down and just say, what's our perfect day a year from now?
Well, I started working on that because that was one of our homeworks from you.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about my perfect day, and then I end up feeling guilty.
Okay.
I was thinking my
So-
perfect day, like traveling with my baby, and then I was like, what about my mom? What about my family? And then just all this overthinking. And then I was like, well, maybe it can be more than one perfect day, like different days.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know. Sometimes I take stuff like too literal, I guess.
Well, not only that, but if you imagined a pretty large home on the beach, and guess what? I figured this out, you guys. You know how all your family will always be around you when you have the nicest place to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have mom in one wing, children in another wing, but everyone's always hanging around because you always seem to have good food and good things. And, so I always think of not only the lake house, but the ocean house. And it's like, you got the wave runners and you know what I mean? You got the quad runners, you got all the toys and stuff. So, you can have a part of the day where they're not bothering you, but then there's other parts of the perfect day where they'd all be around you. So instead of feeling guilty, go, I feel guilty because I'm not doing this for them. What about this person? Add them in. Add them in. Because you know how you get to spend time alone? You get to spend time alone when you think about things that you want to do that nobody else that's around you doesn't want to do. So you're going like, I'm going bowling, and everybody goes, I don't want to go bowling. Well, then you get to go on your own.
Yeah.
So that's how you can expand your perfect day. But I guarantee you, when people get in this industry, they have a tendency of wanting to be trainers and life coaches and God, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to make. There's nothing that Tony Robbins has in his life that I want. I'll tell you the number one thing that Tony Robbins has, and I've heard this, that when the internet first was developed, Tony Robbins, you guys probably could find this on YouTube. They were called the Millionaire Makers. And so Tony Robbins, smart guy, he talks about, Jim Rohn taught him this, is to go out and find the best of the best and just mirror and match them. If you guys really listen to Tony Robbins, he's like, how did you guys learn how to do all this stuff? I found someone that knows how to do it, and then I just did what they did. Jim Rohn made money speaking in front of people, so I every event he sold tickets. That supported me to eat and have shelter while I was going to every place and supporting him and building his seminars. So we got to learn that you mirror and match stuff. So what he did is he did that with all the people that were making money on the internet. And here was the funniest one. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys in a while. So I think his name was Dean Johnson or something like that. And he was like a 400-pound guy, right? And he sold real estate. And so he figured out something that he could do online to help all the real estate agents get leads. Zillow. So Tony talks about the perfect day, right? And Tony, I mean, Dean said, I listen to your stuff. And when I get up in the morning, I don't want to do anything but what I want to do. So he told Tony Robbins, I use you as inspiration on not who to be.
Mm.
And Tony Robbins goes, what are you talking about? He goes, I can't imagine your frickin' schedule. Because you talk about discipline and you talk about, you're getting up at 4 a.m. I'm never getting up at 4 a.m. And you're talking about going out and jumping in ice cold water. Not gonna do it. And he's like, you got all this stuff planned. What if you had thousands of people that show up at a mastermind and you don't show up? You everything around you. You would be the center of everything that happens in your company. And so Tony L. Robbins asked him, well, part of your perfect day is who inspires you. And he said, I'll tell you who inspires me, the Blue Man Group. Because 3 guys in New York going to college in New York thought ahead of time, Linda, that we don't want to be a part of this. So what if we painted ourselves in blue latex so people couldn't see us and we never sang? Because this could be an act that we could do, that we could teach other people to do, and they wouldn't know whether it was us or not. So now the Blue Man Group is a billion-dollar conglomerate. And if you look at where the Blue Men are performing this weekend, they're in Vegas, they're in New York, they're in Chicago, they're in Paris. Wait a minute, those 3 guys can't be in every damn place. No, they thought of their perfect day ahead of time. The company made over $1 billion before anybody ever got a chance to do an interview with the actually 3 guys that created it.
Wow. That's imagination.
Isn't that imagination? And so now people see the Blue Man Group everywhere. And the other dream on that is Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
What are things, okay, who could I hire that is an Olympic gold medalist in gymnastics? Where the hell do they go when they don't make the U.S. test? They're number 4, number 5, world champion, don't make the Olympic team. They're the best gymnasts in the world. Well, what if I get to get them to swing around on shit and fly through the air? Where's all the people from the circus going? You know what I mean? And so the Cirque du Soleil, all of these things were created around someone that was smart enough to go, God, I could employ all these people. And there's a new group coming out every year. Pretty, see, so we all know that the guy that created Cirque du Soleil is not performing in any of the Cirque du Soleils. Isn't that a really big paradigm shift? So now, Linda, you're like looking at your organization and you go, oh my God, I got 30,000 people in my group and I think I know 5 of them.
That is one goal.
So now you're looking for a different person, aren't you?
Yes. We're imagining someone who doesn't need a manual and already knows what steps to take.
Yeah.
That's the person we're looking for. We're not looking for people who want a manual because those are the people that are more work to deal with, right? Or more work to help. But
Why would you want to create, like Tony Robbins created, a group of people that are dependent on you for the next move?
Exactly.
So when I learned from my mentors, I learned that I want people independent as fast as I could make them independent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I can show them, which by the way, I don't think Rebecca is going to be on here, but Rebecca sent me a message today saying, I got my first check from MDC. so I'm so proud of her. But yeah, did that help you, Linda?
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
And one other thing that I'll share with you quick that I just thought of. If it was in your DNA, as unique and beautiful as you are, if it was in your DNA to do a owner's manual, it would already have been done.
Mm.
So you don't, there's something in your DNA, Linda, that's going, I think this is something I should do, but I'm not doing it. What a great sign. Listen to your heart.
Mm.
So your mind goes, I love this idea of an owner's manual. I need to put this together. And then you get up the next morning and your heart goes, no. But see, your mind goes, I think I got to do this so I can help people have a simple step so I don't spend time with them. I don't have time to spend all this time with each one of those people. How about finding people that don't want your time?
Or don't need it.
That was my secret weapon when I got people look at me, Robert, I got a question. If it's about being a auto mechanic, I got your back. What's wrong with your car? No, that's not what I wanted to ask you a question for. Well, what do you want to know? I want to understand the compensation plan. I'm the wrong guy. I'm the wrong guy. This guy makes 62 grand and did a video on it. If any one of you ever reached out to me and said, I have this guy that wants to know the comp plan, I'm sending you Josh Weigel's explanation on the comp plan. Who better to explain a comp plan than the guy that designed the freaking comp plan?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
people go, yeah, but it's really long and I just had one question. Then pay attention when you watch it and write down where that question is.
One question usually leads to 2 questions to 3 questions at the 4th.
They're just, yeah, they're full of shit. They're just pulling our leg. It's like a person says they got one question for you. I just got another one. I just got one more. I just got one more. Yeah.
In the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love you. I know that spoke to your heart, but I still want you to trust your DNA, and I still want you to trust yourself in saying, because I don't know any other way of saying this, you guys, that network marketing always for me was just a vehicle. I have imagination of where I'm going. And when I have imagination of what I want to impact and how I want to create, I just know that this vehicle for me is the best vehicle for me.
I love network marketing. I think that there is nothing that I can compare to network marketing.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. All the growth, all the potential income, the little to non overhead now, especially being able to sign up for free, like an MDC. Like, I mean, we are in such advantage compared with anything else out there. Like, I love network marketing.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why the drive of how to help people, to make it work for them. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel that much potential and it is like wasted. Is so much, and yeah.
I've had 2 guys who are just stuck in that E quadrant, and one guy is stuck in the B quadrant. And I tried to tell him, it'd be a little bit about network marketing. Get up whenever you want to get up.
Yeah.
You make money when you roll into bed or roll out of bed. It's like yeah, exponential growth, right? But it's just their mentality was just so oh, this sounds like
Yeah.
an MLM. It's like, yeah, of course it is. What else would it be?
Yeah.
I would do something else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and when you run in,
exactly.
yeah, and when you run into those people, all you can do is I got that playlist together that I don't know if you guys have watched, where Don Fala goes through all the stuff. I go through his whole book, every chapter of Don Fala's book. Um it,
Take a
it
closer.
yeah, I know Craig is on it. Craig's on it. But that's why Don Fala put together, like I explained to you guys at the beginning, is it's like Don Fala wanted to put together, and he thought, why you pitch somebody on a network marketing company if they don't understand what network marketing is? And so he goes through a few things, and it really, the one that gets me is it used to be called a napkin presentation. And so what he does is he draws these napkin presentations that are very simple for people to go, oh my God, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so the first napkin presentation that I seen was from my mentor on a video. And he drew out, 6 perfect squares. So 3 up here and 3 down here. And he put, this is a manufacturer that either creates a product or service or innovates something that's already created. Then they sell all their product to a national distributor that sells it to a regional distributor that sells it to a local distributor that then sells it to a retailer and then to the customer. And he would draw all of these out, right? And then he says, so this is called middleman profit. Have you ever heard of middleman profit? And people would go, yeah, I have. And then we added more to it by going, can you imagine that one company came out called Walmart and took 3 of these people out? Because Walmart, Sam Walton said, what if we go to the manufacturer, instead of buying 100,000, we buy $3 million of something? Then we get it at a deeper discount. Now we can just write on our side, always less, right? Well, then someone came out and did it further. So then Costco came out and said, we don't really have to have nice retail stores. We'll just sell our shit out of a warehouse.
Yeah.
See what I mean? And when that happened, that's when large manufacturers started putting banners on the sides of their manufacturing plant that says open to public. That's when people started, oh, I could actually go to the furniture manufacturer and buy it directly from them instead of going to the store. So you use those things, and it's really a method of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, because when you point something out and people go, holy crap, I never thought of that. Ding, ding, ding. I never thought of that. And then you go, so what we do is we just go straight to the manufacturer and we make a connection to them and just bring the products directly to you and allow you to be the middle person. So instead of them getting the money, you get the money. Would you rather them get the money or you get the money? I want the money. And see, there's lost things in this industry that people don't do like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that keeps the employees in the employee mentality. So the best example that you can give people is the 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. See, that's when you see someone do the theoretical example and they go, now what, so let's say that, just, silly, but let's just say that you had 100,000 people in your group and you only got paid $1 from each one of them each month. Because that used to be the thing that we used to say, that, Rockefeller and J. Paul Getty used to say, I'd rather get 1% off 100 people's efforts instead of 100% of my own. And there's a lot of that stuff that people no longer say or do. And because they know they no longer say it, they just go straight to the compensation plan and why the product is so good.
Yeah.
And now the person's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. So that's why I share links like, how to build a successful group, because I'm going like, listen, check this out. This is a different business model. And if you check out this business model, they go, wow, that makes sense. Well, if it does make sense, then I know a vehicle. I know a company that does this in 200 countries with 12,000 products. Because if you ask people straight out, have you ever referred anything? Like when you log in and pay your Verizon bill, and there's a link up there that says get $50 off if you refer a friend. Oh,
You're
I've
back.
seen that stupid stuff. Have you ever done any of that stuff? No. Why? Listen to what they say. Yeah, I don't want to be asking my friends and family for any money.
Yes. I'm not.
And they're honest. They're honest. They might not be a candidate. Well, haven't you gone to a nice restaurant and told any of your friends or coworkers? Nope. 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 You ever been to a movie and told people to go see it? Nope. See, this is not a candidate. This is
Yeah. Run for your life.
but if we did anything else, we wouldn't take it personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, me and Linda, we're gonna go out and go get a dune buggy, and we're gonna play around, and we're going to go in a dune buggy. And you go, well, all right, I just thought I'd invite you. Do you know somebody else? It's like we don't even try to convince them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people that you guys ask out all the time, and they always got an excuse.
Yeah.
So let them go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I love you guys. You guys are just amazing.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having the courage to bring it up. I'm glad Peter pushed you. So draw more perfect days.
Yeah.
Draw more perfect days, and you go, okay, you know what this stuff costs.
Yeah.
These are the days I imagine with the people that I love. How can I make this happen?
For them.
For us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start figuring out nice things to do for other people and experiences. Watch how fast it comes true.
Yeah, exactly. When that guilt starts kicking in, just say, okay, so if I'm feeling guilty because they're not there with me in my perfect day, then how do I get them into my perfect day? That's the question we should be asking ourselves.
Yeah, it's fun to show up. It's fun to show up on trips. And I was really proud of Chris Baum, because Chris Baum, I got to meet his wife and I got to meet his 3 sons, and they really haven't been anywhere. And so they were eating it up, man. They were like, it's really, really cool to see all the family come together and get to meet them. So I love you guys.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna get to see it. We're gonna come together and see you. I love you, and give
Yep.
so many hugs.
God bless you guys.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, Robert, how are we? Peter and Linda, by the way, thank you so very much. How are we on time? Can we take one more caller or one more person?
Yeah, please. David's had his hand up. I definitely want to do my best.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead. David, why don't you go ahead and David Menetre, go ahead and turn on your camera. If not, then I'll just go ahead and unmute you and please share. David, are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
Okay,
Hi, David.
good.
How are you?
I'm doing all great. How
Say
was
that
your
again?
how was your trip? You were in
Oh,
Cabo. I'm
yeah,
wondering
it was heaven, man. It was heaven.
photos. I started looking at photos on Facebook and I was like, oh wow, look beautiful there. No, but all I wanted to say is I I wanted you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I posted a short over the weekend for the first time, and it was about Fuel Factor X on NBC. So I just wanted that you guys see that and subscribe to my channel. I
Yes, we
posted it.
would love to. Did you post
Yeah.
it in here?
Yeah, I did. I could post it again. Lisa just recommended
Actually,
I post
I
it.
put the link to his YouTube channel in the chat.
Awesome.
Okay, good. Yeah, because it was recommended. I talked to Lisa. She said, "Yeah, you should make a video and then go on Inner Circle Thursday and share your link to your YouTube channel." So I said, "Okay." So that's what I did. That's what I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm
do.
proud. I'm very, very proud of you, David. You're
Yeah.
taking the baby steps that we all need to take to get where we're going. One day in the future when you're acting, thousands and thousands of people, you can always tell the story of, hey, I remember what it took for me to put one video up on YouTube. And it's like people always love hearing the baby steps that we had to take that they have to take. You know what I mean? And so I'm proud of you. Congratulations. And Lisa, shout out to you for guiding them through the baby steps. I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah, I just saw the message Lisa wrote. I wrote my perfect day as well on my Facebook profile, so that's there too. I looked
Good,
that up.
very good. I'm proud of you. How are you proud of yourself?
Yes, yes, yes. Because like you said, taking baby steps. So yeah, and then I'm just gonna from time to time share the God memorandum with different people.
Yep.
And this is a gift to you. If you know anyone who needs help financially or help in any way, just send them to me. So
Wow. Wow. That was perfect. That was
yeah,
perfect.
yeah, yeah. And then there's a video I need to share with them. You just mentioned that video just a little bit ago. Whenever they say, "Yeah, I'm interested. How can I join?" And there was a video I think that you talking. I just don't know which one it is because you have so many videos.
Yeah, believe it or not, like I talked about today, there's going to be two words that I'm going to share with you. One is I'm going to tell you what I do, but then I want you to do what you feel like doing. And
Yeah.
here's why. If I tell you what video to share and you watch that video and it doesn't resonate to you, then you just won't share it. So that's why when I put together the next steps and I share them, people always go, well, wait a minute, I've seen some of these. I want you to watch the ones that make you go, oh my God, I'd share this video with everybody.
Right.
All right. So the thing that hit you was the FFX, right?
Yeah.
See, it might not be the cosmetics.
Right. That's true. Well,
It's so that's why, you look through there. When I first did this business, that opportunity presentation that I put, I'm so simple, David. The name of the video that I promoted 37 years ago was called The Opportunity of a Lifetime.
okay.
So if I
I'm gonna
made
find
six, so if I made $60 million, why would I change the name?
Right. Why
So I
fix something
reached
that's
out
not
to
broke?
Josh Wagle and asked him to do a video for me. And I called it The Opportunity of a Lifetime. Some people will watch that video and go, this is the one I'm promoting.
Okay. All right. Opportunity of a lifetime. I want to watch that video because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So just go to the next steps and just look at them. Now, me personally, because you just heard the person that I'm looking for, I'm looking for people that, for a lack of better words, bid into a imagination that the world or their parents had for them.
Okay.
Okay. So imagine the kids that were told, if you're a part of this family, David, you will get an education.
Yes.
All right. All right. Now I have an education. All right. So now go get a good job. I don't like being an accountant.
Right.
Yeah, I recently just watched a deal where a guy's got a master's degree in economics, and he's also a CPA. And he just walked away from his practice, and he has over 1 million views on YouTube because he loves playing the piano.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Wow.
And so he says he makes more money now. Just, hey, I love playing piano, so I'm going to turn the camera on and just play piano. And he started loading up his videos, and now everybody says that they just love watching him play because he's so passionate in what he does. And so people love watching him play piano. Now, he's got a master's degree, and he owned his own accounting firm, and he hated it. So these are the people that I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that got caught up in a lot of other people's ideas and opinions of what was going to be best for them. And now they're sitting around going, yeah, I got to do something that I love to do. And so this frees up their time. This frees up their time, brings them in the revenue so they can go do what they feel God's called them to do.
I love it.
Yeah, because my ministry is all about me making sure that people know that they're unique and they're a miracle.
Amen to that. That's what the God memorandum says.
There it is.
Yes.
Now, for some people that the book didn't impact them, or maybe they didn't go through the commitment to go through the chapter 9 every night before they go to bed, then if that's not the book that did it for them, they need to find something else that they can share with others.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm proud of you, David. Thanks
Yeah,
for staying on.
yeah, thank you. I'm so glad I was able to come on and share this. So, yes, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna make a call to one of my friends and get to bed. So, God bless you all. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, David. I love and appreciate you. And I'm super proud of you, man.
Okay.
I'm really, really proud of you. Congratulations.
I feel like I made a major achievement.
You did. You
Well,
did.
David, if anything, you did gain some subscribers because you're now up to number 13.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's awesome. Wow. Oh, I got 13 subscribers.
You got to keep it going. Keep
Yeah.
producing
Right.
that content.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, I'm going to let Craig sign us off so we can get to our families. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Craig.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining us today. What a great inner circle. And we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. Big shout outs to Deborah Bronner, Melody Ryba, Peter and Linda, David Menetry. Thank you so very much for your participation. Also, thank you so very much, Matt Hollis. Bless you, my friend. Thank you so much for participating and for being our executive producer and our foundation. And of course, Robert, you the man. You the man. You bringing this all together. You bring us together, and your wisdom and guidance, so appreciated. Thank you very much. Love you, man.
Love you.
All right. So if you want to save the chat, there's a lot of great information in the chat. It will be there. Go ahead and click the 3 dots next to the inner circle title in the meeting chat, and then click on Save Chat. It'll download to your computer once we are done. We will be posting this up to the YouTube channel shortly after it gets rendered here on the computers, and then we will post it up. So if you want to watch the replay, do it. It's going to be a great replay to watch. There's a lot of great resources there. And also, all of the resources that were shared here will be in the post description below the video when it plays. So we definitely appreciate the fact that you are members of the Inner Circle. Please don't forget to share this with, let everybody know, become part of the Inner Circle and Imaginators. roberthollis.com/join. And we'd love to have you and keep building that that channel so that we can reach out to more people with ears to hear. All right. So until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up so we can all say so long for now.
Thank
Don't
you,
forget
everybody.
Saturday. Ask me anything.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kathleen.
You guys are
Rebecca.
awesome.
Thursday.
Great
Woo!
meeting.
So
Peter
much.
and Linda.
Love
Peter and
y'all.
Linda. Peter and Linda. Yes.
Also,
Thank
don't
you,
forget
guys.
Unlimited Wisdom
you all.
podcast tomorrow at
Thank
noon
you.
on the
Yeah,
Pacific
Right.
hit
Coast.
that unlimited wisdom.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Love you.
I was gonna
Love you
say
all.
time to go pop some popcorn for this debate. So
Yeah, Karen.
Oh no.
I took some.
Love you all.
I took some no dose, and I'm gonna try to get through it.
That's
Is there a
awesome.
debate?
I would appreciate you guys.
Love you
Thank
guys. See you,
Thank
Jody.
you. Thank
See
you.
you
Love you
guys.
guys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.